Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have a family vacation vlog for you. For those of you that are new here, my name is Queen V, that's V-I-I. Press the red subscribe button and become a honeybee today for free. Give mama a big fat like, and without further ado, let's get right into this video. So you guys know that I usually do fashion, fitness, and beauty videos, but last week we took the girls out of town to East Tennessee, Pigeon Forge / Smoky Mountains / the island, and I decided that it was going to be a little bit too stressful for me to record one of my regular videos, so I decided to do a family vacation vlog instead. I just recorded a few little snippets that I can talk to you guys about later, just in case you guys are ever thinking of visiting East Tennessee, which, by the way, the Smoky Mountains are the most visited national park in the United States, so it gets really busy over the weekend. Super happy we went during the week. The reason we wanted to do this was because my oldest daughter, Haley, she turned 15, and in Puerto Rico it is customary to have the quinceañero for the quinceañera, which is the birthday girl, when she turns 15 and she's blooming into a young lady. But instead of doing a little fancy party, we decided to take her out on a little vacation and do some stuff that she's been wanting to do for a while now. We are new to East Tennessee and we don't really have any friends and family here yet, so we didn't really have anyone to invite if we were gonna do like a quinceañero. So we decided to go on a mini vacation. Instead, we took our youngest daughter, Paris, which is 3. That made it a little bit difficult to choose what attractions we were going to go to since she's so little. There's so much that she can't do. But we were able to do something every single day, something a little bit different. We decided to stay at a hotel in Kodak, which is a little bit further away from the touristy area, from the hustle and bustle of all the tourists going everywhere. We prefer a more like quiet, secluded area, so we went and stayed at a hotel in Kodak, which is maybe 15 minutes away from Pigeon Forge in the touristic area. We chose La Quinta. We were gonna go with a cabin, but they were like $300 a day maybe, which didn't leave much room for attractions and going out to eat and stuff like that. We didn't even have to stay anywhere because we're only like 45 minutes away from the attraction. But when I was modeling in South Florida and Miami area and Tampa, I remember Haley would get so excited whenever we would stay at a hotel, and she just loved to stay at hotels, and we would bring some board games and play as a family and whatever. So I told my husband, like, we need to get a hotel, we need to get somewhere to stay outside of the house because Haley just loves it and she just loves to stay in a different area. And they loved it. Like, they were jumping on the beds, they were trolling on the chairs. Even before we went to the first attraction, like, Paris was crying because she didn't want to leave the hotel room. She loved it so much, and it's just, I remember loving it when I was a little girl staying in hotels. So we just got the hotel room for 2 nights. The first attraction that we went to was called MagiQuest. The girls loved it because it was a building shaped like a castle. So Haley and Paris were super excited to go into a building shaped like a castle. Haley wore her little elf ears. MagiQuest sounds just like what it is. You go on a magic quest with a wand, and you go bing 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 with a magic wand that you either borrow or you buy. We paid $100 for 3 adults and a baby. Paris is 3 years old, so she didn't have to pay, but Haley's 15, so she paid like an adult. Our general admission tickets didn't just include the Magic Quest, but it also included the glow-in-the-dark golf and the mirror maze, which we didn't get to because we just ran out of time and it was closed. They have different realms where you do little treasure hunts, like the dragon realm, the village realm, the pixie realm, and whatever realm, and you just go around with your wand lighting things up, collecting little treasures that kind of automatically go into your digital folder, and then at the end of the quest you get like little stones and things. They actually give you your own file, so if you go back to Magic Quest to do a different quest, you can pick up where you left off. And then we went to the mini golf. The mini glow-in-the-dark golf was super cool because we had the place all to ourselves since it was a Wednesday. And Paris loved it. It's a pirate theme. The balls glow, everything glows. It's super cool. They have like 19 holes or 20 holes, and then the last one is outside of the building. The ambiance and the music for the glow-in-the-dark golf was really cool, but my feet hurt so much from wearing my new sneakers that I just kind of wanted to sit wherever I could sit, but I was scared because the fact that it was just black light and you couldn't really see if the floor was clean or not had my OCD like So yeah, the mirror maze we didn't get to, but Haley loved the Magic Quest so much, and even Paris enjoyed it because all she did was take a little wand and boom, boom, boom. We didn't have to pay for her, but they still gave her a wand just so she could play around and she can do what everybody else is doing, which was super cool. Loved Magic Quest. It was a good bang for our buck. After that, we went out to Tequila Space, which is a Mexican restaurant, which for being a touristic area, 4 dinners, some margaritas, and an appetizer were about $126, which is not bad at all. I have things listed here. It's definitely a lot less expensive than Central Florida, so if you guys want to get more bang for your buck, I recommend East Tennessee over the Disney World area. So that was the first day, was Magic Quest and Tequila Space. The second day we went to breakfast out of the diner. My husband is a truck driver and he delivers to these areas all the time, so he suggested different places to eat and different attractions to go to. The diner was one that he's been wanting to go. The bill was only $50 at the diner, so it was pretty good for being a touristic area. After that, we went to the escape game and we chose the easiest escape game that they had, which was a 6 out of 10. In Central Florida, an escape game was like $250 for all of us, and here it was only $128 for all of us, so it was definitely significantly cheaper to do the escape game here in Pigeon Forge. Haley's been wanting to do an escape game for a long time, but I wanted to do like the easiest one since we have Paris and we've never done an escape game, and just because it was a 6 out of 10 and the easiest one that they had, it was not easy at all. You guys, like, we never escaped. We only had like 2 puzzles left. The one that we chose was called The Ruins. The Ruins had an Egyptian Indiana Jones vibe, but Paris really didn't like being there, so for the most part I was just consoling Paris, just playing with her, trying to cheer her up all the time while my husband and Haley tried to escape. And it was actually very difficult. We ended up not being able to fully escape. I mean, you either escape or you don't, I guess. We only had 2 puzzles left, which, I mean, the tour guide was like, "No, yeah, you guys did great. You only had 2 left," which I don't know if they're just saying that. But we didn't finish all of the puzzles just because it was the easiest one. It was a 6 out of 10. Does not mean that it was easy, but it was fun because it was challenging, and there is a button where you can get clues, and Haley refused to use the button too much, so by the time she actually warmed up to using the clues button, it was, you know, 40 minutes into the game and you only have an hour to escape. So if you guys decide to do an escape game, don't be shy to use that clue button. That's what it's for. Just have fun. But Haley's so competitive, man. Like, she would not use that button at all. But either way, my husband and Haley did very well. I'm very impressed at the kind of stuff that they figured out. I know that I'm a little claustrophobic, so it was good to know that the door was always open. So that's something that I was a little bit nervous about. I'm like, does that mean that the door's gonna be locked the whole time that we're trying to escape? Because I don't like that idea. But no, it's not like that. The next one that we want to try is the cosmic one, which is like a space one, and then there's one in like a submarine, and there's one that it's a train that you have to save the timeline, but those are harder. So I mean, I don't know how we're gonna get it done, but Haley got some escape games online when we got back so she could practice, so wish us luck. Then we went to walk around the island that was in the escape game area. The escape game is in the island. So after that, we went to walk around the island where they had some like dinosaurs, and we got some ice cream, and I got a banana split, which they didn't let me pick my ice cream flavors. I worked at Baskin Robbins, okay? So whenever anybody gets a banana split, you're supposed to ask, do you want the classic flavors or do you want to choose your flavors? So nobody asked me that. So just in case, if you ever go to the creamery in the island, they are not going to let you pick your ice cream unless you tell them ahead of time, maybe. Because I really wanted that coconut ice cream and I didn't get it. But the serving sizes are very big. So my husband and I shared a banana split with Paris, and Haley had a Coke float, and that was like $22 for those things. After the creamery and walking around on the island, we went shopping to Route 21 and Hot Topic. Haley got some birthday money that she wanted to spend, so we bought some stuff. Then we went back to the hotel for Paris's nap time, and we played a game of Monopoly, and Haley won. She's so proud too. For dinner that night, we just had pizza and watched TV. Now on the third day, we planned to go to the Ripley's Aquarium, which is in the Smoky Mountains area. But that was like over $150. And leaving the shopping center when we were shopping on Thursday, we saw the sign that said Experia. Okay, and Experia was supposed to be this underwater digital adventure. And we're like, yeah, it's not real animals, but Paris doesn't really know the difference. So why don't we try Experia, which is like $90 as opposed to $150 at the aquarium. We save some money, we all have fun, and we go home. So we decided to go with Experia, and that was a big mistake. I would have much rather spend the extra money and go to the aquarium, but I didn't read up on it and I should have. Experia was basically a tourist trap. It was some low quality projectors. They had you just see some sea animals, but it was like digital sea animals. It wasn't like real footage of sea animals. And then the host was just talking. It was like a guided tour through these low quality projectors, and it was hot. The host could barely hear them. They basically just had you see some digital low quality animals in some projectors, and then they made you color a page, and nobody's like, wow, oh my gosh, no, nobody's saying anything. They're all like, and it was hot. So I was a little disappointed with my experience with Experia, so I do not recommend that you go. I would recommend the aquarium, but next time I would definitely love to visit Skyland Ranch. I was reading about Skyland Ranch, and it sounds like right up our alley as far as entertainment goes. I also took a clip for you guys of the Titanic Museum. We drove by it and it was just so cool. I was like, I need to show the honeybees, so I took a clip of the Titanic Museum for you guys. But yeah, that was our little mini vacation, and Haley was like, when are we gonna go back to MagiQuest? So I think that MagiQuest was her favorite because the escape game I think was a little bit too difficult, so it kind of discouraged her a little bit. She was pretty mad after that. And they offered us 20% off on that day because you have 24 hours to use 20% off to try again or try a different escape game, but they only have one that's in like the easier level, and Haley wanted to use her birthday money on another escape game, but we were like, no, we're going to go shopping. We can do this again some other day. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed our little family vacation. I have more fashion and fitness content coming up for you guys soon, and as always, if you guys want to see more videos of fashion, fitness, and lifestyle, don't forget to press the red subscribe button and become a honeybee today for free. Give mama a big fat like, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.